They asked me, Lou, why do you boil? And why you add salt? How do you cook the peanuts that you bought? Stop and think it over. Put yourself in my unique position. If I get full and eat them all night long, it's just a family tradition. Hey, welcome to Big Lou Barbecue, Nut Things I Want to Do, and it is 20 minutes to 10 a.m. on July 28th, 2025, and I am about to rekindle a family tradition. I'm going to be boiling up a sack of peanuts. Now, yes, I did a video 7 years ago, boiling up a whole sack of peanuts, and lots changed since then. Now, I only did that for about 2 more years. Now, in that video, I've got a long intro. I don't want to keep a long intro in this one, but basically, when I moved to West Louisiana in 2005, people west of the Mississippi River do not eat boiled peanuts. They do in the Florida parishes part of Louisiana, that's north of the Isle of Orleans, Lake Pontchartrain, Lake Marpole, and west of Baton Rouge. And over in Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, we call it country caviar. These things are delicious. Love boiled peanuts. Eating them all my life. In fact, I can remember eating my first roasted peanut when I was around 5 and thinking it was weird because it was crunchy. You know, peanuts are supposed to be soft. When you boil them, they're like the pea. When you roast them, they're like the nut. That's why they call them peanuts. All right. Anyway, boiled peanuts, my favorite snack. Now, you can boil the raw ones, and I often do. You can get those year round, but they're best when you get the green ones. The green ones are picked just before they're fully ripe. They're still kind of got some texture to them, you know. And when you boil green peanuts, and peanut season is late July through September. Sometimes you can get them on a warm year into about mid-October, but usually between now and Labor Day, that's the best time to cook peanuts. Anyway, I've got a sack of them. Now, I used to boil them all the time when my kids were little. When we moved over here in 2005, my kids, they would just remember Daddy going over to Baton Rouge. Had to go east of the Mississippi to get them because I can't get the sack peanuts over here. I'd come back with 1 or 2 sacks. I'd boil them up, and I like to give them to friends. One of the friends I used to give them to, he's passed on. My wife used to give them to a friend of hers. She passed on this past year, and my late wife, she died. And you know what? Since she died in 5 years ago, I have not done this family tradition. So anyway, when that happened, my son was almost 14. My daughter was almost 18. Now they are almost 19 and almost 23, and they are ecstatic that Dad has brought home a big old sack, 32-pound sack of green peanuts. Got my 2 boxes of salt. All right, one more thing. I know it's a long intro. I'm not doing spicy peanuts, flavored peanuts. You want to make them taste like dill. You want to make them taste like crawfish. You want to make them taste like Old Bay or whatever kind of spice you want to. That's on you. Just like regular roasted peanuts, you can get hot and spicy and all sorts of flavors, but just plain salted peanuts are good. I like the peanut flavor, and I like them with salt, so this is plain salted peanuts. This is the way I grew up with them. My grandfather used to do them in my grandmother's old pressure pot. My dad used to do them in my mom's old pressure pot, and, they just do a few pounds at a time because that part of the state, you can just go to the grocery store and buy maybe 5 pounds of peanuts. I can't do that over here because they're not going to have fresh green peanuts, so I got to get a whole sack, put them in what's over here called a crawfish pot, but where I grew up, these called peanut pots. And so let's get it done. 3 minutes of an intro. Didn't mean to go that long. Let's get it done. First thing we're going to do is wash them. All right, well, I bought these at Fresh Pickings in Baton Rouge. They come from Brookhaven, Mississippi, and they're pretty clean. If you buy them off of a back of a truck from a farmer, they may be pretty filthy, but either way, you want to wash them. Probably going to take 2 rinsing for these. If you buy them fresh off the farm and they're really dirty, it may take as many as 4 rinsings, okay? First thing we do, and the ground's already wet because I washed off this basket, is you pour a layer in there like that, and then you take your hose and you just kind of rinse this layer off. Just kind of rinse this layer off once. Let them drain, and then kind of do it again till you get the whole bag done. So put some more in there, rinse this off. This is the first step, all right? And so we're gonna do the same thing. Just kind of rinse this all off here until the basket's full and the bag's empty. All right, now the water in this pot is not my cooking water, it's my cleaning water. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this whole basket of peanuts and I'm gonna soak them down in there like that. I may have too much water, it may pop out the top. That's okay. Now, get down in here with your hands, mix them all around, and get them stirred up. I won't be using this much water to cook them. This is water for rinsing. And then I turn the basket around like this and get them spinning and get them all mixed up. And I'm gonna do this for a few minutes until I think it's ready to dump the water out. So just kind of get in there. You can see the water's already kind of getting cloudy. So we're just gonna get these peanuts done and then rinse them again. All right, so I've gone through, I've mixed these peanuts up, got them in the water, and I'm gonna pull them out. This is just cold water, it's not hot yet. Set them over here and let them drain. And you see how kind of muddy that water is? All right, so I'm gonna dump this water out. I'm gonna fill it back up, probably not quite so much. I don't need quite that much water in there. And I'm gonna rinse them again. It's going to have a little green tint to it, but it shouldn't have that dirty, cloudy look to it because they are green peanuts. It kind of gives them a little green tint to the water, but it should not be real dirty and cloudy. So anyway, I'm gonna dump this water out, do that same process again. And if I have to do 3 rinsings, I'll tell you I have to do 3 rinsings. All right, dump that old muddy water out. Muddy water used to be my CB handle. All right, y'all didn't know that, did you? Put these in there, get these mixed up. I might need a little bit more water. I'm gonna do the same process and get them mixed up. Get them turning like that, get them going through the water, and dump this water out. Like I said, I usually do at least twice with these cleaner peanuts. If they're dirty, like just off the back of the farmer's truck or something, 3 or 4 times. But until I think they are clean enough to cook, I don't stop doing this process. So you blink and I'll be done with this second step. I'm gonna spend a few minutes washing them, but you blink and I'll be done. Well, there's the peanuts after the second washing. And there's the water. Guess what? I'm gonna do a 3rd time. All right, so I just finished the 3rd rinsing, you know, just doing what I did earlier and spinning it around and stuff. Let's see what the water looks like. It will have that green tint, but I don't want all that cloudy, dirty stuff floating in it. And that's just some peanut shells that fell out. That's a whole lot better. Probably still looks dirty on camera, but I can tell it's not as cloudy and muddy as the first 2 batches. I'm gonna go ahead and cook them from here. I don't think a 4th rinsing is gonna make the water look any better than that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just fill the thing up and we're gonna start cooking. All right, got clean water that I'm gonna cook in. Now the way I do this next step is probably more superstition than necessary. And like I said, I only use salt when I cook these big bags. Sometimes I'll season peanuts, but basically I like the flavor of peanuts. And so I just like them with salt. I really do. That's my favorite way to cook them. And I love spicy food. But if you're cooking crawfish or shrimp or something, that's gonna taste pretty nasty if you don't season them. But peanuts, they'll taste pretty good with just salt. So I use 2 boxes of salt. And so the tradition is, what I do is I put 1 box in the cooking water. Get rid of that. Stir it around. Get it kind of mixed up. This water is not hot yet. I could have turned the gas on now, but I didn't. All right, put the peanuts in here. Like I said, you don't need to do it separate. You can put them both on top of the peanuts or both in the water, but it's 2 boxes of salt to a whole sack of peanuts. So just get your knife, cut the top open, dump the salt in right there on top of the peanuts. Now I'm gonna stir that around and I'm gonna fire this up. It's gonna take about 20 or 30 minutes for it to come to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, 2 hours. 2 hours. We're gonna have to check it and add water every so often. And we stir it like this, okay? Every half hour. And as you can hear, the gas is on. One more quick mix for good luck. And we'll look at them once I see steam coming out and I know they're boiling. All right, so I started this at 20 to 10, and now it's 20 after 10 that I've just turned the gas on and got them boiling. All right, it is 20 to 11, so 1 hour after I started this process, and yeah, that water's boiling. Excuse me. So you can see it foamed up. So I'm gonna stir these around. Put that there so I can. But I'm gonna stir these around and cover them up, and they're gonna boil 2 hours from now. So 20 to 11, and so what? 140, is that right? No, what, 2 hours we need, yeah, 140. Because, no, 1240, 20 to 1. Yeah, that's when I turn the gas off, and then they'll soak until 20 minutes to 3. So this afternoon I'll have peanuts. Anyway, I'm gonna keep stirring them every half hour just like I'm doing now, and mixing them all up. And I'm gonna monitor the water level as the steam comes off. I'm gonna add more water from the hose. Yep, I'm Gen X, I don't mind the hose water. If you want clean distilled water, you pay for it. All right? So you can see it's boiling pretty good right there. Cover it up, let them go. I'm gonna cut the gas back just a little bit, just to keep it from boiling over. All right, it's 20 minutes to 1, 12:40. Now, I had this at a steady boil for the whole 2 hours up until about 10 minutes ago. And what I did is every 30 minutes, I opened it up and stirred the peanuts, trying to get the bottom peanuts to the top, top peanuts to the bottom, at a steady boil. Now, about 10 minutes ago, I went ahead and added some water. It didn't need full water, but it needed a little bit. And as these peanuts soak in the salt and they cook, they're gonna start to sink, and you'll see some of them sinking. So when I added the water about 10 minutes ago, I turned the gas all the way up. You can hear it roaring. So this is at a raging boil. And you don't see the peanuts floating quite so much. Then I'm gonna stir them. They're in there. Now listen, these are not fully cooked yet. Over the next hour, as they soak out here in this hot water and in this hot sun, they will cook. Continue to cook, they're almost cooked. And then the next hour, as they cool off even more, they'll begin to soak in all that salt. And we're gonna have some delicious boiled peanuts that taste like boiled peanuts, not like crawfish, not like dill pickles, not like ranch. I'm telling you, it tastes like peanuts, just plain salted boiled peanuts. And you know, I'm a black coffee drinker. I drink black coffee because I like coffee. If I didn't like coffee, I would flavor my coffee with cream and sugar and caramel and all kind of crap people put in their coffee. But I like coffee, so I drink black coffee, and I like peanuts. So I eat just plain salted peanuts as my preference. I do eat spicy ones. No doubt that I like spicy food if you watch my channel. But peanuts, I like to taste like peanuts. So anyway, I've turned the gas off. You can see the water still boiling. I'm gonna cover them up, and they're gonna sit here for 2 hours. I'm gonna continue to stir it every half hour. So I'm gonna stir it 3 more times, bring you back when we're stopped. All right. These have been soaking for 2 hours since I turned it off. It is actually a little, you can check my time on my watch here. I'll go this way with it. And you can see it's actually 2:45. So they were actually 2 hours, would have been 20 till 3. Because I turned it off at 20 to 1, right? So anyway, these are done. That's enough. I don't have to test them. You may want to test them, and that is hot and hot, hot, hot. Let me get a pot holder or rag or something. All right, you can see the reflection. Not only are they're still hot from the boiling for 2 hours and then soaking for 2 hours, but they're out here in this hot sun. You can see the shadows, and this goes in like that. And now look there. They are under the water. The few of them are kind of floating, but most of them are down here and sunk. And that means they are ready. They've taken on that boiled peanut color. And You remember how they were all floating when we were washing them earlier. All right, so I'll test a couple here on camera for you. Show you what they're like. Woo! Hot, 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 hot. Hot, hot. All right, here we go. Just like that. You see all that juicy in there? Woo-wee. And it's kind of slurp it. And you know what? Those are perfect. Perfect. Do another one. Hot, 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 hot. Woo, mama. Yeah. My gosh. All right. I made just one on camera for you in front of you. Get back in there. Ooh, see how smushed? That's one of those ones that's real young. Ooh, look at here. Here's one with 3 pods in it. You usually don't see that with the Virginia jumbos. You usually see the 3 and 4s with the Spanish peanut. But these are so good, so good, so good. Hot, hot, hot. Y'all, I can't wait to, oh my gosh. I love them. Love them. World's greatest snack food, y'all. World's greatest snack food. Yep. Boiled peanuts are mushy. They're not crunchy. They're like the pea, not the nut. Look, I'm going to pull this basket out, let them drain a little bit, put them in some pots and bring them inside. And my daughter and son and I are going to eat on them. And then I'm going to put them up in quart-sized bags. Look, some people say, do you freeze them in the brine? Some people freeze them totally immersed in brine. I don't do that. They tend to get a little too salty. I do put a little bit of brine with them, but not very much. And I'll freeze them like that. And then football season, I take them out a few hours before the football game starts and let them defrost a little bit, and then I warm them up in the microwave. Or you can just kind of warm the freezer bag up in some warm water or something like that. Pour some, but you know, I just warm them up in the microwave in a bowl, and it's my favorite football snack. Anyway, I'm gonna eat some now, give some away, and I gave you the recipe. 2 bags of salt, 1 32-pound or 35-pound, however big. Usually I think they're about 32 pounds is what they say. Sack of peanuts, and 2 hours boiling, 2 hours soaking. Perfect.